Okay, I already loading the second game, so I can go to in-game tab. I hope you can see me clearly.
We can. We enjoy seeing you clearly. Dali I Hantala. The 2v2 version of the 1v1 map. I don't like it, but it's quite popular because it's in
Wait,
the
wait, 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 wait.
Yes.
Take a look what division they gave. Okay, so we have
Oh shit.
Turina. Turina is okay, and
6th Airborne,
6 Airborne.
5th SS, and 3rd Fallschirmjäger. Alright, which one of you guys gave 3rd Fallschirmjäger to the opponent? Please tell me right now.
What is that? What is that? Holy
3rd Fallschirmjäger is the last division. I played a little bit with 3rd Fallschirmjäger last week, and I love it. I really love it. And if I see it in a tournament called Terrible Divisions, I want to just, I want to get,
Small trivia. Wait. Okay. So small trivia to people who don't know what's happening. 6 Airborne is division which last season, which ended very like last week, has 90% of ban ratio and 80% of win ratio. Imagine this division getting into terrible division tournament. Strange. Okay.
Alright, let's go to the exercise now. 5th SS. Panthers, Panzer Force, Stück Force, cheap, lot of infantry for a Panzer division, a good AT tab, well, on a quite open map. Not something I'd see. 3rd Fallschirmjäger, expensive but amazing infantry. On a map like this where we have a lot of light cover. Also not what I'd see. I think it was or massive stupidity or asserting dominance in division picks, and I think it's the second
I
one.
think, yeah, it's a big balls, and
It's big balls, yeah.
so there are certain matches like previous season final. Karma used 6 Airborne against Gonzo. I think he won once, he lost another one, but the thing is that one of the best players using this division in final as a first pick, and you are giving this division in terrible division tournament, it's very weird. In the meantime, we have Naupal opening from the Airman. Airman, you know that this is not the most chivalrous way to play. Okay,
It's
games.
how do you say it? It's like you play football with someone, but before the match you break their legs. It's something like this, I'd say. Yes, this is what I've been talking about.
Oh no, Gearhead XP.
Transports that go, it's not only dropping the napalm on the transports, a transport going through napalm will die too.
Damn it.
There you
Nope.
go.
He lost like 150 points, and this is Gearhead. Gearhead is very experienced player. I don't know what happened. Okay, let's not take a look. Let's take a look at the other hand. The other line.
It's only infantry, this is Fallschirmjäger. One squad cost 35 points. Losing this infantry in addition hurts. It hurts.
Okay, so for the newer players, what do you do when you hear the siren of the 6 Airborne in the first minute? You have, in general, any plane going for your road. You spread your units. Okay, if you see 6 Airborne in any team game, even in 1v1 of course, but in 1v1 it's not that popular opening because this is expensive plane. So first, you spread your units, and you don't drive into napalm. That's what you do.
That would be a good thing to do, don't try to burn yourself. Yeah, it's 6th Airborne can be used for such cheesy openings, but 3rd Fallschirmjäger can do the same. They also have a napalm plane. They can do this same exact thing. But again, it's something called, gentleman agreement to not do it. Sometimes you see it.
Oh my god, Airman practicing APM with Mosquito PR. I mean, I would do that too if I completely blapped enemy frontline. To be honest, this is very hard because it's not something you will recover. And this game, we will see a new player reinforcing Gearhead. That's not something I expected, but after this napalm, that will happen. It's really hard to recover when your every single squad costs 35 points. You lost like 5 of them, so you lost basically your initial deployment. And what it ended? That
Yes.
in 3-minute mark, we already have 15-9.
Yes. And it's all on the side of Gearhead because he just doesn't have infantry to cover the line. And just as we've been talking in the game before with IS2s, it's the imbalance and the points spent on the ground. Again, red side has much more points on the ground, and you can literally see it. You just look at the blobs, and then you can see the blue units. I can count them on the fingers of my 2 hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Counting the pack 40, it's 11. 11 units, and against the red wave of units coming in, it's just you cannot fix it. Especially that Ottoman and the Cadets are Vanguard. Gearhead is Vanguard too, so they just they don't have the income advantage to fix it with. So, and then the off map push of T-34s. I'd say this game ended at the moment when the planes dropped napalm.
Well, the issue is that it wasn't like this napalm was really dropped on the units. Actually, to do this, it requires a lot of practice. What happened is he dropped napalm and Gearhead drive through. That's very bad thing. On the other hand, if you are new to the game, one thing worth mentioning is that Fallschirmjäger stuff is expensive. He lost a lot of it, and on the other hand, even Fallschirmjäger is not able to stop several Strelki squad. Cheap and cost-effective infantry rules the ground, and it always was ruling the ground, to be honest. Only in the first patch of the game, I think STGs were broken, but not later after that.
Yeah. Well, if you play them well, the Fallschirmjägers, you can really have fun with them because they can take on many squads and kill them before dying themselves. But again, you can see the same thing happening here. So one side not doing anything, the second one pushing, and it's a joint push between teams because you can see T4s, T-34s, and on the other side you can see 6-pounders, air landings, and centaurs. So like 2 players are defending a little bit on the other side and pushing together on one side. What I'd want or prefer to see from Gearhead and Curiously, push on the other side. So you're getting pushed on one side. What does it mean? Especially if you're getting pushed by 2 players, what does it mean? It means that they have to be a bit weaker on the other side. So you go and push the other side for the counterbalance. So you lose flags on your side, but you gain flags on the other one. This is usually what you do, especially in 1v1s. Of course, it will not always work, but in theory, it should be done well. And as you can see here, this is not a strong defensive line. You have some air landings, some Vickerses. Apart from the 2 6-pounders, there's really not much preventing Curiously from just walking in and taking the flags. So,
Yep.
I'd still say it's pretty much over. Yeah. Especially for Gearhead, whose infantry is so expensive. It's just, in B, he might have the Luftwaffe Jaegers, which are 20 points, so he can try to get the infantry on the line a little bit more. As I say, it's in B phase, and with this state of the game, there will be only 5 minutes of B phase, and I can see a triple tick in any second now. So
Yeah. Especially that airmen affording 3 Tempest with IL to Keras, 2 Mosquitoes, and Mosquito Recon Plane. Maybe like 600 of AA can stop this Air Force right now, nothing else. Even
yeah,
these 2 Flak 43s won't stop the Air Force of Tempests.
Tempests are super strong. Those are very resilient, very fast. This combination, which makes Focke-Wulfs so good, also makes Tempests very good. And of course the firepower 420 most. Very strong. Not as strong as a Focke-Wulf, but faster and more and just as resilient. The moment when your opponent strafes your AA with his planes,
On the spawn.
and almost doesn't take any suppression, you realize you're playing Steel Division 2. It's a common thing we can see these days. Um, it's not how it should be, but this is how it is. Curiously, attempting a push on the left side, gaining one flag initially, but one flag is not enough. He would need to go for the other one too, to even try to bring balance to the game, which I have to say is very hard to achieve. Nicolo Stilek would have to move a bit forward to secure the reinforcement road. Unfortunately, he's too far back and cannot kill the Tetrarchs before they arrive.
But what I really love to see from Curious, that even though he is a bit new player, he either tried to help his ally who collapsed early, he made a good like intuition decision to push forward when enemy was pushing hard on the other flank. That's good to see.
Those are great decisions, and it's something that you will definitely see watching better people play, like pro players or Division 1, Division 2 players. You'll definitely see them doing that in casts on YouTube, on Twitch here, and that's something I really, if you like to be a bit better in the game, I really recommend watching casts of better players or watching them play. Because you can learn those small things like pushing here, and especially if those players know that someone is watching and they explain what they're doing. This is perfect for learning. But yeah, I mean, as we're watching on the board, it's just red side just picking off small units that are left on the field. Flags still going on in the favor of red. If they regain the flag that they just lost, that's a triple tick. One more. Yeah, they need one more. 18 to 6 is a triple tick, and really doesn't. Well, I'd say that would be the end of the terrible tournament 2v2 edition adventure for Curiously and Gearhead. Unfortunately.
And for tournament nonetheless, but I really like Curious for doing these offensive pushes. Like he's not surrendering, he's probing here. He probed even on the other hill, got the flags for a second. Appreciate this. Appreciate this is a good spirit and this is good intuition you should have in the games in general.
Yes, definitely. Try if you're losing that much. Like one of your sides has already collapsed. Has collapsed. If you and you probably won't do much to fix it. Just try. Just go for it. Maybe it will work out. And it's also sad a little bit, and I can understand their frustration that they technically lost to a cheesy opening, because well, this game just went this way because of the opening, which was well, it was a bit cheesy. We have to admit that. I can see frustration, but in the end, they also lost the first game, which was just purely outscaled by their opponents.
Well, to be honest, cheesy opening is a thing, it's a factor. Maybe Curious as a new player didn't know the stuff, but I'm pretty sure it was Gearhead who was banning and picking.
Yeah, I think
The Cadiz, you are in the chat. Please correct me if I was wrong. Who was the captain of enemy team? It was Curious or Gearhead. Anyway, Curious showing the good maneuvers, good intuition. To be honest, he is my spiritual winner. For sure, it's not Orman for picking 6 Airborne in Terrible Division tournament. And
not even
for
picking it, but just using the napalm start.
that's true.
Feel ashamed, or man. Feel ashamed.
Peep peep.
Small PP start. Small PP.
Yeah. Also, one more hint, because at this stage on the game, I think we can only give hints. There is not much to comment because everything be bombed via Tempest and Mosquitoes and strafed by Isle to Keras in a second. If you see enemies spending or seeing 2 napalm bombers opening with Mosquito recon and screening Tempest, it means that enemy spent 450 points in the planes. What you do in this place? You push. It's not that easy to secure air superiority against Tempest and 6 Airborne because they are so fast and they have medium resilience. It means usually they will escape your AA net. And they can still like basically go and bomb your AA in deep ground of your own front line.
Yeah, same thing for Focke-Wulfs. It's just the speed and the resilience which makes them so good.
Yep. Yep.
And not only fighter bombers. You can have bombers like Bostons, who are actually quite fast and resilient, but the best Boston is the one that's not called a Boston. It's the DB-73, the one that we can find in the Deuxième. Oh, spawn taken. It's the plane, the bomber we can see in the Deuxième, which is the fastest of Bostons. With a big payload and with good resilience, it's very hard to take that one down. And it also has frontal machine guns. So if you ever need something to strafe.
Swiss knife army in one tool, to be honest. But
exactly.
Well,
yeah.
We said a lot about Curious, but he's still sending Focke-Wulfs to deal with enemy. He's still sending Panthers. This is not a good move because this air landing with Piats. Oh yeah, with Piats they will just kill the Panthers. But he's not giving up and he's advancing. That's the spirit I need to tell.
Yeah, well, that was about. Oh, Piat actually didn't miss one shot.
Yeah,
That's something. Oh, there we go. A 6 pounder also. Who will kill it first? Oh, Piat with the hit.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wouldn't expect that. Small tip of the day, let's say. Piat is actually.
Oh no. The Cadiz managed to lose plane when they have complete air superiority. He was carried by Airman's second game in a row. Holy shit.
Have to be. It's the Cadiz. It's just the Cadiz.
Damn it.
All right. So the small tip. Piat is the only, let's say, rocket launcher or AT grenade launcher. This way I'd say that can actually kill a King Tiger or any heavy tank in one hit, because it does 12 damage.
What about Panzerschreck?
I'll check on it. Bazooka does 10, so don't forget. Bazooka will kill a medium tank in one shot, but will not kill a heavy tank. While a Panzerschreck, I'll tell you right now, Panzerschreck
also deals 12 damage.
Yes, also does 12. So Panzerschreck and Piat will kill a heavy tank in one shot. Of course, if I have a difference, choice, I take the Panzerschreck just because of the accuracy.
Yeah, Piat has 50% accuracy, so it will miss 90% of the time when you need it.
Yes. Don't look at the 50%. It's 5%. They just put an O there for some reason. While Panzerschreck has 90, so yeah, no comparison. Although, this one is a small interesting thing. Almost no gun apart from the no tank gun apart from the heavy Russian guns, the ones from the IS-2 or the ISUs will also won't one-shot enemy heavy tanks.
Also, one more hint, what I just observed by Airman. Airman, when he dived into the with the Tempest bomber here, killed some unit, he immediately evacuated, even though enemy had 3 fighters in the area. Don't do that. Try to out-micro your fighter out of the way, because when you press evacuate, you have no control over your plane whatsoever, and you can be lucky and you can be fast with Tempest that you didn't lose it, but most of the time it will punish you hard against a better player.
Yes, especially that you often will find yourself bombing something and wanting to go back to base, and at the moment when you press evacuate, you see a fighter coming, and you know your fighter is dead. Well, this is the end.
So 2-0 for Decadis and Airman. I give you 2 points for winning, and I give you 0 points for style. You know, napalm opening Airman, gone. Gone. Damn it.
Yeah, it wasn't. Well, some will say the score is what matters the most. Some will say the style is the most important. Who is it up to decide? I'd say it's to ourselves. But
Wait,
the
I'm
ones
looking
laughing
at
to the last
I'm looking at
will
the
be the ones.
chronology, and
Okay.
I think it's bugged because I'm pretty sure we have seen much more units dead than only single machine gun.
Yeah, of course. That, I know. I think units dying to napalm itself, not the first like drop and explosion. I think those one will not appear here.
Oh, I know how it works. So it works like to flame troops that the first like flame shot kills and counts in the kill count, but the flame which stay on the ground they don't. So that's what
Yes,
happened.
you will not see them in the kill count. So and I've seen at least 4 units there, at least four
Yeah.
four expensive units. So yeah, quite a sad thing, but yeah, unfortunately, it happened. Unfortunately for Gearhead, I don't think Decadiz and Ironman will cry because of this. They'll be very happy. But
By the way, the Panthers killed by Pirates were killed by the very same air landing with Campbell Smith as a commander. So Airman, you don't deserve the spiritual winner, but Campbell Smith, your unit, do.
well, the challenge has been updated. We can see what teams have gone through, more matchups. The team we see right now on the screen, which is Ironman and the Cadiz, they will be waiting for in the third round, so they'll wait a little bit. While another team we've seen today, the French team, they will be fighting against the team Les Spiritus, which I am in. Certainly will be an interesting game. And
I'm trying to show the
Green team.
challenge, but I don't know why I'm getting. It's using a security protection against attacks.
Oh yeah, it's normal. They want to seem prestigious, you know. I think they're even being bought by someone, like by Intel or something like that. No, by Logitech. I think they've been bought by Logitech or something like that.
Okay,
Now that, you
so
know,
taking a look at the screen I'm sharing, this is a challenge. You can see how the bracket looks so far. You can even vote if you like a little bit gambling. So far, a meme team, the team we have seen earlier, has won 2-0. We have seen a Banda de Cons winning 2-0, and RKAA winning against Texas Brigade. By the way, RKAA was a match, or it was a walkover?
Oh yeah, okay, it was a Valkyrie, yeah.
Okay, so guys, turning it off. It was time to collision. Feed Green HD. Thank you for joining, Ferry. Thank you for tuning in. Let me see if someone is streaming Steel Division, and we'll be going and casting another games